I'll tell you who's the real fucking deal. Moses Itauma. Do you know who that motherfucker is?
The giant,
that 20-year-old heavyweight.
Oh yes.
Bro.
Yeah.
Did you see what he did to Dillian White?
Yes, he's a problem.
Bro.
Yes.
He's
no
a
joke.
problem.
Yeah.
That guy's
Is he only
real
20?
problem. 20 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's just slightly older than Tyson was when he won the title, so he can't be the youngest guy to ever win the title.
Damn.
This motherfucker is so fast. He moves like a middleweight.
I know.
Here's Itauma.
Look at that.
Watch this
Look at
guy.
that. That's that Samoan or whatever it is.
Bro, look at the fucking skill. It's the skill, the movement back and
Dylan
forth.
White's no joke either. Dylan White's no joke. Look at this shit.
It'd be nice if you said his name right. It's Dillian, but
Dillian,
it's
yeah.
all right. Bro, he tuned this guy up. One round, man. I mean, again, White is past his prime.
He's also gotten beat up. White's gotten...
Yeah, sure. Tyson Fury beat him up. A lot of guys
But
beat
this
him
is
up.
the
But
test
still,
you want for this young contender.
It's the way he did it. He
Yes.
did it like, I'm a...
From him, do you see a young lion? Do you see a Mike Tyson?
Yeah, I don't think they should compare him to Mike Tyson. Moses is his own brand, a great young fighter coming up with a lot of potential, shouldn't be rushed, and he should be brought.
Moses is a better boxer than Mike Tyson.
He hasn't done enough to be compared to Mike Tyson. That's kind of a bold statement in that sense. No disrespect to him, but yeah, that's kind of a bold statement. The problem I have with a lot of people about Tyson is they only looked at the knockouts. They never really watched him. They never really see what he does. It looks ugly, but it's skill. If he's coming there, he's playing peekaboo, he's going side to side. He can switch right in front of you, and he hit you with double hooks from a left hand stance with the right hand. A lot of people not watching it for real. They just looking at the knockouts, but they're not seeing what he's doing in there, the actual skill behind it.
Compare Moses to Mike Tyson, do you understand? Because
no,
you can't. You know,
you actually can't.
So do you think it's a bit unfair that he?
I mean, like everybody's trying to say he's like Mike Tyson. It's a lie. There's only one Mike Tyson. I don't know why we're trying to put his name again with Mike Tyson. No.
He's Moses. He's Moses.
Mike Tyson smokes weed. Mike Tyson is a vicious guy. Moses is not that guy. Mike Tyson didn't have his dad around. Moses got his dad, his mum, his brothers. You know, you cannot compare that. Even in the ring, it's different. Listen, guys didn't want to spar Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Mike Tyson was
guys didn't want to fight Mike Tyson. You understand? Let me explain that to you, understand? People used to get to the stadiums before they opened to see Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Mike Tyson was different. I think what Moses was comparing himself being to win it at 20 years of age.
I don't care. There's only one Mike Tyson. You gotta compare.
Is that the Derek Chisholm?
I'm with Derek on this. I'm certainly not going to argue.
Moses is Moses.
Yeah.
He's got his own path. So we cannot compare Moses to Mike Tyson.
We shouldn't.
Never.
Shouldn't.
Yeah. We could never do that. Yeah. There's always been one Muhammad Ali. Everybody's tried it and they cannot do it.
Yes.
Yeah?
100%.
Do you understand? So people cannot say, oh, it's like Mike. No. There's only one Mike Tyson. There's only one Muhammad Ali.
That's it.
And the only, probably the biggest comparison I would say is how Mike Tyson loved the game, would always study fighters of the past, etc. Moses has that same love for it.
Does he?
Yeah, like we'll send him his sparring at 2 a.m. He'll be texting us clips like, is this more what you want?
He's a student.
Yeah, he absolutely loves it. And that's that, along with his maturity at his age.
Very composed, isn't he? Very composed. Yeah.
That is what is allowing him to achieve what he's achieving at such a young age.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of talented fighters out there, but not many that are...
Connects.
5 months when he wins the heavyweight championship of the world. Don't take anything away from Moses Itauma. He could have done that to Dillian in the pomp of his career. You know, there's nobody in the world right now, apart from Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury, who he couldn't.
Stories that everyone seems to hear about the sparring and all that. How good is Moses when you're watching him?
I've seen Moses, and I've said this from the beginning, from when he was 18, 19. This guy, he's it.
He's it.
He is it. He is it. This is my opinion. It's boxing. I know it's pressure and all these kind of things or whatever, but he's it.
Why?
He's got skill set, fast hands, footwork. From what I've seen, he's got a chin. Not that you need to be getting hit with these wild shots, because clearly you've done something wrong if you got hit. Good jab, you know. For me, in my opinion,
My name is Guy Itauma. Moses Itauma. I think he's a great fighter. The young, 20 years, yeah?
20.
Yeah, 20 years. I think Itauma have...
Asked about young Moses Itauma fighting Alexander Usyk and fighting other big names. And my opinion is not someone who don't know boxing. My opinion is someone who has been there and won every single belt, won everything there is to win in boxing, and done very well. Boxing is a young man's game. Like I told Vladimir Klitschko when he was 37, boxing's a young man's game and it waits for nobody. So here's the opinion, you've heard it here first. Moses Itauma will wreck all them old men out of the division. Usyk, AJ, Miller, whoever there is who's old, Zhang, whoever else there is, Luis Ortiz, all these big names of the past are all a spent force. And even the world champion now, if they took my belts and give them to Usyk, Moses will wreck him. Because he's a young man versus an old man. An old man can't.
It's Eve or something like that. At the time, I didn't have my running shoes. I wore my uncle's trainers and I didn't really have no running clothes and I wore his work clothes. Yeah, it's quite hard because it's also like 1,000 meter altitude, which makes it even harder with the snow, the altitude. And I actually slipped on this run as well because it's icy.
It's very honest of you to say. And what temperature would you say this was?
I think it was like minus 15.
We first heard of him about maybe 18 months ago. He came in the studio after maybe 4 or 5 fights, and we were just in awe of just his size.
Yeah,
and he moves about like a middleweight.
No, he's so good, so good. I think that, and I've said this, and I've had idiots online criticize me, but I mean it. He's probably similar to Tyson in terms of his stature. He's a little bit bigger than Tyson. Mike Tyson we're talking about here, but he's a better mover than Mike Tyson, like a bit more fluid. Tyson had big deliberate head movements and he moved very, big massive movements which use energy. Moses is, I think he's a smart fighter. He's got maybe the fastest hands in heavyweight boxing since Mike Tyson. I think personally he moves better than him. But obviously, as he goes up through the levels, we'll see how good he is. I genuinely think the kid's a superstar.
This is very explosive. A lot of people have been comparing him to the great Iron Mike Tyson, which is ludicrous. Let's just keep it a buck, man. Come on. I hate when they do that, man. I hate when they compare, up and coming athletes or, boxers, whatever, football players, whatever, basketball players to legends. Let them build, their resume before we start mentioning, legends.
The boxing world is buzzing right now, and one name keeps getting louder: Moses Itauma. At just a young age, he's already turning heads, dropping opponents, and showing a level of composure that feels way beyond his years. But what really sent shockwaves through the fight community, the comparisons to the legendary Mike Tyson. Yes, you heard that right. Some boxing pros are starting to draw parallels between Itauma's explosive style and the early days of Tyson's dominance. The speed, the aggression, the raw knockout power, it's all there. And when fighters and analysts begin to mention your name in the same breath as Iron Mike, you know you're doing something special. But let's be real, comparisons can be dangerous. Tyson wasn't just a knockout artist. He was a once-in-a-generation force. So the big question is, can Moses Itauma live up to that level of hype? What's clear is this: the future of heavyweight boxing is shifting and Itauma is right at the center of it. Whether he becomes the next Mike Tyson or creates his own legacy, one thing is certain: the world is watching.